Hello everybody. I asked you guys to vote on what deck I should cover next, and SPYRALs won with a very slim margin against Tri-Brigade. And I'll try to cover Tri-Brigade next week, but it's suspected we're getting new cards next week, so that might have to wait. And hey, if you enjoy what I do here on my channel, why not drop a like and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Anyway, SPYRALs. Back before I came back to Yu-Gi-Oh! This deck used to be a tier 0 deck, in a similar vein to where tier elements are right now, and it's recently been completely unlimited, so it's back to full power. It's a Link combo deck that sets up some crazy boards. It's quite complex and I simply won't have the time to cover this deck super in depth, as I've also just picked it up for the first time. But I'll give you guys a rundown on what the deck can do, the card by card, and a simple, in quotation marks, 2-card combo. Basically, we're trying to establish a Quick Fix and a Magician Souls as our starting point. Magician Soul sets up our graveyard, and Quick Fix not only searches a card for us, but can also summon itself back from the graveyard. Let's get into the cards. First up, we have the Magician Souls combo. One of our main starters. It's pretty important we see either this or one of the 6 cards that search it in our opening hand. Those 6 cards being our 3 copies of Preparation of Rites and Illusion of Chaos. So Magician Soul can send Master Plan as cost from the deck to special itself, and then it can send up to 2 spell traps to draw an equal amount of cards. And we see this used pretty much everywhere these days, but I think here in SPYRAL it might be at its most powerful, because we actually make use of the spell trap draw effect in the combo. Next up is Quick Fix. If he's normal or special summoned, he can add a Spiral Gear card from our deck to the hand. If Quick Fix is in our graveyard and we control a Super Agent or a Double Helix, we can discard a card and special summon this card. Notice how neither of those effects are once per turn. We can search cards like Assault, then use Quick Fix's graveyard effect to discard them and special summon itself, setting these spell traps up for their graveyard effect, allowing for even more special summoning. This is our main way of gaining advantage and bodies in this deck. Then we have the aforementioned Master Plan, can add a Spiral Mission from our deck to our hand. If it's sent from the field to the graveyard, we can add a Spiral Resort and a Spiral Monster. And only the second effect here is a hard once per turn. Spiral Gear Drone lets us look at the top 3 cards of our opponent's deck and stack them in any order. We have other cards that need you to call the top card in the opponent's deck correctly, and this helps us set that up. It has some other effects, but they're minor. Super Agent can special summon itself if we call the top card of our opponent's deck correctly. If it's specialed, it can pop a spell trap. It's a nice extender if we get interrupted in our combo, and can pop an annoying spell trap in an emergency. Spiral Sleeper can special itself by banishing 3 spiral cards from grave, which we can easily set up during our combo. Once per turn, it can pop a spiral card to pop 2 cards on the opponent's field. Finally, if it's destroyed, we destroy our entire field and summon a Spiral Super Agent. A 1-card Icarus attack is pretty damn awesome. What's really freaking amazing is that it's the old quick effect wording during either player's turn, so we can pop 2 on our opponent's turn. On top of that, it's 2800, it can special summon itself. And the last effect would be worrying if not for the next card. Spiral Last Resort. You can target a Spiral monster, equip this card to it. While this card is equipped to the monster, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. Also, your opponent can't target it. We can send a card to the graveyard to allow the equipped monster to attack twice. The first effect is amazing when combined with Sleeper, as it means he won't be destroyed. And that means he won't destroy our board as he goes. And the second effect is very useful if we're just going for game and want to push some damage. So that's the monster lineup. Let's get into the spells and traps. Monster Reborn and 1-for-1, they're staple extenders and starters, there's really not much to say here. Spiral Resort is the deck's field spell. Our opponent can target spiral cards with card effects, and then once per turn add a spiral to hand. It's protection and errata. It's really awesome. It's also searchable off of Master Plan. Terraforming, to help find Resort if we needed to search Quick Fix and get the combo started. Terraforming will be banned shortly, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be replaced with Metaverse or something else entirely. We can search Resort pretty easily already through Master Plan, so maybe not Metaverse. We'll see. Where Art Thou? Recently covered this card in my Bastard Blader deck. It's basically a Rota for level 1 monsters. Anything that gets us closer to Souls and Quick Fix in our hand is great in my book. Spiral Gear, Big Red, basically a reborn for Spirals. We search this with Quick Fix and use it early in the combo. Spiral Mission Assault, once per turn if we destroy a monster by battle or card effect, we draw a card. We can banish this card from the graveyard to special summon a Spiral. Mostly used for its second effect, it's basically an extender. Spiral Mission Rescue, once per turn can add a Spiral from graveyard to hand, and then same thing here, we can banish this from the graveyard to special a Spiral. So it's essentially same thing as Assault, mostly used as an extender. Silent Graveyard, this is a flex spot. Basically, you can put anything in here that counters the current meta. A few months ago, that would have been anti-spell fragrance to counter Runic. Now it's Silent Graveyard to stop Ijizu and Tearlaments. We can send it via Curious effect and then set it via Nightmare Griffin's effect. And then the rest of the main deck are either hand traps or similar staples like Called by the Grave. In the extra deck, we have Ghost Trick Dullahan. We can go into this using 2 Quick Fix to avoid it being banished when summoned from the graveyard by its own effect, meaning that we can loop it even more. Sylvan Princess Sprite fills a similar role to Dullahan, but can add a spell trap from our deck if we're lucky. Linkuriboh used in our combo to summon Curious, as we need 3 darks to summon it, and that's pretty much what Linkuriboh does. Double Helix becomes a Spiral Super Agent while on the field. We can declare a card type, and if the top card of our opponent's deck matches what we call, we can special summon or add to hand a Spiral from deck or graveyard. Since we can scope out what's on top with Drone, this will pretty much always trigger. And imagine this, just any deck getting a Link 2 that says special summon an archetype monster from your deck. It's absolutely bonkers. Nightmare Phoenix pops any annoying back row or floodgates. IP Masquerena lets us link summon our opponent's turn, and protects monsters using it as material. It's a personal favorite of mine. It won't be showcased in this combo, but the deck is so non-linear you can really do whatever you'd like. Barricade Borg Blocker, mainly used to discard a mission from our hand to set up its graveyard effect. Trigate Wizard is one of our end board monsters. It will be co-linked with 3 monsters, giving it these effects. Double damage when battling, once per turn banish a card, and then once per turn omni-negate with a banish. It's seriously busted. Curious, used in our combo to set up our graveyard. As previously mentioned, we send Silent Graveyard using its effect. Nightmare Unicorn, same thing as Phoenix, basically can handle any annoying threat our opponent decides to play. Celine is also a combo piece. If we open a decent hand, this is basically just a 3+1, lets us summon back Master Plan from the graveyard. I will showcase a combo utilizing Celine. Nightmare Griffin, part of our end board. If it's Link summoned, we can discard a card, target a spell trap in the graveyard and set it. Then if it's co-linked, which it will be, we can also draw a card. And its super secret effect, special summon monsters can't activate their effects unless they're linked, and no one reads that part. It's both a floodgate in itself and sets up pretty much any floodgate or spell that we would like. It's fantastic. Avermax can't be targeted, always wins battle against special summon monsters and forces the opponent to attack it instead of anything else. Just an all-around great boss monster, gets even better if summoned using IP as material because then it can't be destroyed either. Appaloosa, part of our end board, gain monster negates equal to the amount of material used for its summon. It's one of the most used links in the game, you should know what it does. Same thing with the final card in the deck, access code Talker, a 5300 pop a bunch of card game ender, especially great if we're going second. And that's the list. Let's get into a basic 2-card combo. Alright, so here we go with the SPYRAL combo. What we need to get this started is a Magician Souls or a way to grab it, and Quick Fix or a way to grab it. We're gonna start with Magician Souls here, sending Master Plan to graveyard to special summon itself. We can then use Where Art Thou to grab out the SPYRAL Quick Fix, and then normal summoning that. Using its effect to add the Big Red to hand. Gonna activate the Big Red, grab the Master Plan from our graveyard, set that right here. I'm gonna pretend we don't have these in our hand. Master Plan, add the Rescue, and then we use the Magician Souls. Send the Big Red and the Rescue to the graveyard. Draw 2. Terraforming, that's nice. Can search the Protection Field spell, we can do that right now. Just add it, it will protect us from being impermed or veilered, which is quite nice. Let's put that right there. Alright, then we use Souls to go into Link Kuriboh. And then we do Barricade Borg Blocker using Master Plan and Link Kuriboh. We can then activate Master Plan first and Chain Block with Barricade Borg Blocker. We can discard one, can discard either one of these really as they set up in the graveyard. Now I can activate those. Barricade Borg Blocker is going to trigger at the end phase. Here we can add Sleeper, I believe. Yes, we add Sleeper. And add Resort. We can then activate Resort. Could imagine we pulled it out right there. Add the Super Agent. Then we do Rescue Mission. Summon out the Master Plan. Then we activate Master Plan, add our last rescue, would be Assault normally here, but this time since we pulled up so many cards, we already have it in hand. So we have 3 spells in our graveyard, meaning that we can go into Selene using Master Plan and Barricade Borg Blocker. Selene's gonna activate, let it stack up. Activate its effect, take off the counters, and then summon back the Master Plan. Put that right here. Then we do the double Helix. So while double Helix on the field, that's going to allow our Quick Fix to activate. We can Quick Fix, discard Assault Mission, summon itself, which will trigger its effect, which will allow us to add Drone. Activate the discarded Assault Mission, banishing itself, summoning the Drone. Put that here. Drone effect is going to activate. We can then look at the top cards. Let's place the monster at the top. There we go. Then we can activate our double Helix, as we know it's going to be a monster on top. Bam. That's going to allow us to special summon out a Quick Fix. Yes. Put that right here. Quick Fix is going to activate. And going to add the Last Resort. Then we do Link Kuriboh. Tribute the Quick Fix. Summon the Link Kuriboh. Then we can do Quick Fix. Discard Rescue Mission, special summon itself, And if we have any rescue missions left in deck, we can then add, or any gear or anything left in deck, we can use quick fix right here to add them. Then we can do Dullahan to avoid these quick fixes being banished, and we can loop them once again. We're gonna activate Dullahan's effect, targeting itself. It doesn't really matter, we're not gonna keep any of these cards around anyway. Then we do Rescue Mission to summon the Master Plan. And then we summon Curious using the Master Plan, the Linkuriboh, and the Dullahan. Gonna put that right here. Curious effect. Send the Silent Graveyard. It's gonna mill some as well, I believe. Yep. Okay, cool. Then we do Nightmare Phoenix using Curious and the drone. Gonna put the Nightmare Phoenix right here. Which is then going to activate. If we have any missions left in hand, we can discard those. I have a Spiral Resort. We can toss that for now. And then add the Silent Graveyard to our back row right here, and then we can draw a card. Nice. Then we do Quick Fix again. Discard really anything, can be this Magician's Soul. Can place that right here. Then we do Apo using Quick Fix and the Celine. Can put that right here. Summon Quick Fix. Discard something random. This Master Plan we randomly drew. Put that right here. Then we do Trigate using Quick Fix and the Double Helix. Put that right there. We got 3 negates up now. And then we do Rescue Mission. Summon the Double Helix. Put that right here. So it's linked, making sure that its effect will trigger. Then we can do Spiral Sleeper. Need to summon it here so it's linked and we can banish. I guess these are fine. Banish the Spiral Sleeper, activate the Last Resort equipping to the Spiral Sleeper. And there we go. This is the end board, and let's go through it here so you can see all we can do. Spiral Sleeper is a pop 2 on our opponent's turn, will pop itself or the Double Helix. Double Helix doesn't really accomplish much by itself. Apollousa, 2 negates. Nightmare Griffin can't activate their effects unless they are linked, so they can really only special summon here. And if we can cancel that special summon or a monster negate with Apollousa, they're kind of stuck. Trigate Wizard got an Omni. We got Silent Graveyard to interrupt any shenanigans in the graveyard going on. It's a pretty damn solid board. And they're also protected with Spiral Resort, the Super Agent, and the Sleeper. So that is a basic, it's quite complicated, but a basic 2-card combo. And I did have to put up notes for this entire thing. So if I'm sounding a little bit choppy in between doing things, it's because I'm checking my notes, because there's a lot to do in a single turn here, and I haven't played with this deck too much yet. But with that, I'm gonna thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye.